Tottenham Hotspur are gearing up for a pivotal summer transfer window, with head coach Roberto De Zerbi intent on overhauling his squad following a disappointing campaign and assembling a side capable of challenging towards the upper reaches of the Premier League. Manchester City star Savinho has sparked fresh speculation over a possible move to Tottenham Hotspur after he appeared to engage with a social media post connected to the North London club before swiftly undoing the interaction. And Tottenham Hotspur have stepped up their pursuit of West Ham United midfielder Matheus Fernandes, with reports suggesting the North London club have initiated discussions over a move for the sought-after Portugal international this summer. Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Craig and here are your daily Tottenham news headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube and are not already as yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Like, share and comment below. And if you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And please make sure you turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever we go live or upload a video to the channel. Okay, let's get into it. Michael Bridge of Sky Sports writes that Tottenham Hotspur are preparing for one of the most significant transfer windows in the club's recent history, with head coach Roberto De Zerbi determined to reshape his squad after last season's struggles and build a team capable of competing much higher up in the Premier League table. According to Sky Sports, De Zerbi has identified Newcastle United midfielder Sandro Tonali as his marquee target. The Italian international is viewed as the ideal player to become the heartbeat of Tottenham's midfield, with the club prioritising the addition of a technically gifted playmaker capable of dictating possession and controlling matches. The report states that Tottenham's recruitment strategy is centred around improving the technical quality of the squad. De Zerbi wants players who are comfortable in possession and capable of executing his demanding possession-based style of football. Tonali is seen as a perfect fit due to his passing range, tactical intelligence and ability to control the tempo of games from deep midfield positions. However, Spurs face a major challenge in securing the 26-year-old. Newcastle have already rejected an offer worth around £80 million and are understood to value Tonali significantly higher. The midfielder remains under contract until 2029, putting Newcastle in a strong negotiating position. De Zerbi's rebuild is not limited to midfield. Tottenham have already moved quickly in the market, completing the signing of Dutch defender Jan-Paul van Hecke from Brighton for around £52 million. The defender worked previously under De Zerbi on the South Coast and expected to play a key role in the Italian coach's plans. Spurs have also secured free transfer deals, of course, for Andy Robertson and Marcos Senesi as part of their defensive overhaul. The Sky Sports report highlights that Tottenham's recruitment team and De Zerbi are aligned in their desire to reshape the squad quickly. Midfield remains the primary area of focus, with Tonali regarded as the standout target who could transform the team's ability to control games and implement De Zerbi's footballing philosophy. While negotiations for Tonali are expected to be difficult, Spurs' pursuit underlines the scale of the club's ambition this summer. The North London side view the Italian as a statement signing and are prepared to push hard for a deal as De Zerbi attempts to lead a major rebuild ahead of the new season. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur are expected to sanction several departures this summer as De Zerbi reshapes his squad ahead of the new season. With Spurs not involved in European competition, as we all know, the club does not require such a large squad, and reducing numbers is viewed as a key part of the rebuild. The report states that Tottenham are also conducting a thorough investigation into last season's injury problems. Club officials believe the causes can be identified and addressed, which could reduce the need for excessive squad depth moving forward. One player facing an uncertain future is Pat Matassar. Brentford are among the clubs showing interest in the midfielder, and it is believed that other teams are monitoring his situation as well. Spurs have already, of course, moved on Yves Bissouma, with his departure helping to ease the wage bill and create room for new arrivals. Despite the potential departures, Tottenham are expected to retain Archie Gray. The youngster's ability to operate in multiple positions makes him highly valuable to De Zerbi, particularly if injury concerns continue. His versatility is seen as a major asset for the head coach. The goalkeeping department could also undergo significant changes. Guillermo Vicario is attracting serious interest from Italy, with Juventus and Napoli both monitoring his situation. Should Tottenham receive an offer that matches their valuation, the Italian goalkeeper could leave North London. If Vicario departs, Kinski would likely compete with a new signing for the number 1 jersey. According to the report as well, Tottenham's preferred replacement would probably be a goalkeeper already playing in the UK, suggesting the club are targeting someone with Premier League or British football experience. In defence, Tottenham face a difficult decision over Luka Vuskovic. The highly rated young centre-back is regarded internally as a future star, and the club would ideally like to keep him. However, after spending last season on loan at Hamburg, Vuskovic is reluctant to accept another temporary move and wants regular first-team football. That creates a dilemma for Spurs, because while they rate him so highly, he is not currently considered ahead of the club's established defensive options. Brighton have reportedly submitted a fresh offer worth up to £45 million, and the player is understood to be interested in a move to the south coast in pursuit of regular minutes. Christian Romero's future remains another major talking point. Every transfer window seems to bring speculation surrounding the Argentine defender, and this summer could finally see Tottenham consider a sale. However, any interested club would need to meet a substantial asking price for the captain. Lucas Bergvall is another player whose situation could be worth watching. With Tottenham actively pursuing midfield reinforcements, there are questions over how much game time the Swedish youngster may receive next season if further additions arrive. And Bergvall, of course, himself is reported to want out of Spurs as he looks for more game time, as he's not expected to get it under De Zerbi. Richarlison is also facing an uncertain future as he enters the final year of his contract. Spurs may soon have to decide whether to extend his deal or cash in before he enters the final stages of his contract. Meanwhile, Matisse Tel is entering what is described as a crucial pre-season. The young forward has shown flashes of immense talent but has struggled for consistency. His campaign was summed up by scoring a spectacular goal against Leeds before quickly undermining that positive moment by conceding a needless penalty through a reckless challenge. One player Tottenham have little intention of selling is Mickey van der Ven. Despite reports from Barcelona being interested, the Dutch defender is considered a cornerstone of De Zerbi's project. The Tottenham boss is said to have described Van der Ven on multiple occasions as the best left-sided defender in the Premier League. As a result, Spurs would only consider his departure if presented with an extraordinary offer. Overall, the article paints a picture of a club preparing for significant change. While De Zerbi's rebuild is expected to bring high-profile arrivals, Tottenham are also weighing up a number of difficult decisions regarding several key members of the current squad as they attempt to construct a leaner, more balanced group for the season ahead. Manchester City winger Savinho has fuelled speculation over a potential move to Tottenham Hotspur after appearing to interact with a social media post linked to the North London club before quickly removing it. According to Team Talk, the Brazilian forward liked an Instagram post from James Maddison showcasing Tottenham's new kit, only for the interaction to be deleted shortly afterwards. The incident has been interpreted by some supporters as a possible indication that Savinho remains keen on a switch to Spurs this summer. The report claims Tottenham have been pursuing the 22-year-old since January and are continuing to make progress in the negotiations. Sources cited by Team Talk suggest Spurs are increasingly confident of securing a deal with Savinho, understood to be enthusiastic about the prospect of working under new head coach Roberto De Zerbi. Savinho has reportedly struggled for regular first-team opportunities at Man City and is believed to be open to leaving in search of more consistent football. Previous reports have suggested Tottenham could land the winger for in the region of £50 million, significantly lower than the valuation City was seeking last year. While the deleted social media post activity is far from confirmation of a transfer, it has added further intrigue to a saga that continues to gather momentum, with Savinho emerging as one of Tottenham's primary attacking targets during what is shaping up to be a busy summer rebuild under De Zerbi. West Ham United midfielder Matheus Fernandes has emerged as one of Tottenham Hotspur's leading summer targets, with fresh reports claiming that Spurs have opened talks over a deal for the highly rated Portuguese international. According to Court Offside, Tottenham's interest has intensified following the arrival of head coach Roberto De Zerbi, who is believed to be a strong admirer of Fernandes and views him as a key part of a midfield rebuild. Spurs are reportedly exploring a move despite West Ham demanding a fee in the region of £85 million. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has stated that Tottenham are among the clubs actively monitoring the situation, although Manchester United remain firmly in the race and have already held discussions with the players' representatives. Romano added that West Ham are standing firm on their valuation and are not expected to sanction a cut price sale despite their financial pressures following relegation. The report suggests that Tottenham's pursuit of Fernandes is separate from their ongoing efforts to sign Sandro Tonali from Newcastle, with De Zerbi keen to strengthen his midfield options significantly this summer. Spurs are understood to view Fernandes as a versatile, capable player of operating both as a deep-line playmaker and a box-to-box midfielder. However, Tottenham face stiff competition. Manchester United are believed to be further advanced in discussions, and Fernandes has previously been linked with a preference for a move to Old Trafford. Interest from other European heavyweights has also been reported as regards Fernandes, setting up what could become one of the summer's most closely watched transfer battles. While no formal bid has yet been confirmed, the latest developments indicate that Tottenham are positioning themselves for a potential move as they continue an ambitious recruitment drive under De Zerbi ahead of the new season. Okay, here's my thoughts on those stories today. That's a fairly long article from Sky Sports, a lot of information in it, a lot we already know, but a lot of it kind of makes sense. Obviously, Michael Bridge being a big Spurs fan himself. So De Zerbi's transfer plans, it really does seem at the moment, and dare I say it, a little different this transfer window. Look, most of us have been Spurs fans for many, many years. We don't want to get carried away. We know what ENIC and budgets and stuff like that have been like for many, many years. We've said over multiple transfer windows that things need to be different this time. We could all see it. The fans could see it. The board didn't act on it. And look what nearly happened last season. And I think that was a real shot in the arm for him. That was a warning shot across the bows, should I say. It could have been dreadful. It could have been the worst thing to happen to Tottenham Hotspur for many a year, and I just think it scared them beyond belief, and they've just gone big now. It's funny, isn't it? They say you have to hit rock bottom before you can start to climb, and that's how it seemed come May. That relief, knowing where we were, knowing how perilous our position was, and only now, let me say, ENIC and the board have acted, and it's disgusting really that they let us get in that position last season. Dereliction of duty and all that. It was it could have been horrendous, couldn't it? But we got out of it. De Zerbi got us out of it. And now it does look like the club are trying to back Roberto De Zerbi. Obviously, we know the signings that have come in already with Robertson, Senesi, Van Hecker. Now, big rumours, Tonali, Fernandes. Fernandes will come on to in a bit. But it seems like all these deals are separate. Brighton obviously wanting Vuskovic as well. I would be gutted to see Vuskovic go, to be honest with you, but De Zerbi doesn't think he's ready. He wants regular game time. Does he think he's better than he is? In fact, only 19 years old. Possibility, I've heard people say that. Let him go. He's too cocky. I'm not sure about that. I don't know enough about the player. We've only really seen him play half a game of football for Spurs, haven't we? Scored a goal, by the way. I just wanted Vuskovic to be part of the future, but can we loan him out again, or do they need that money in? Because they could definitely command a big fee. Obviously turned down an initial bid from Brighton. Are they going to come back in? We just simply don't know. These are all ifs, buts and maybes, aren't they? But it does seem to be slightly different. But I am not getting carried away. The ball aren't off the hook as far as I'm concerned until the players are holding up the shirt. We all need, and I certainly want to see, a 10 out of 10 transfer window. When was the last time we had a 10 out of 10 window? So I expect more big signings, more Premier League proven players, big players. And for me, the one player of all those reports, and it was mentioned there, is a striker. We need a new number 9, a number 9 that is a monster number 9. Because we just have struggled to bang in the goals. And admittedly, you need the people supplying the bullets, but we need that X-factor player up front, that new number 9. And then you would think Richarlison would probably go. But getting back to the midfield, Tonali, Fernandes, I just think these would be two players that would make an impact immediately. Can come straight in to that first team. But what would it mean for our midfielders that are already there? Obviously, would seem to have a glut of midfielders. Gallagher now given Bissouma's shirt now, number 8, so you'd imagine he's firmly in De Zerbi's plans. Rumours there that Bergvall's come out and said he wants to leave Tottenham. I'd be gutted to see Bergvall go, to be honest with you. And when we did the sell, loan or rip up contract sort of show a few weeks ago, a few people actually said Bergvall loan, and it seemed a bit of a weird one to me. But now I could probably see Bergvall going out on a loan. But do Spurs want to sell him? Could Spurs sell him? Is Bergvall as good as we all think he is, or is he going to be better in years and we'll come to regret it, a bit like Vuskovic, you know? So it's a difficult one, some big decisions. I think Archie Gray, as the article stated, I think Archie Gray stays around. Bentancur seems to be firmly in his plans, but again, Pat Matasar, I'd imagine he would probably go out the door as well. So it's a big shake-up, a big rebuild in Spurs, but it needs to happen. We all know it needs to happen. Mostly all of us know the players that need to be moved on. But I think there'll be a couple of high-profile departures this summer for Tottenham. Probably Romero's one of them, which would come as no shock, will it? But I think there'll be a lot of goings out, to be honest with you. And it's going to be a busy window for Spurs, definitely. But obviously Bergvall saying he wants out. Like I say, it's going to be an interesting time. Savinho talking about his liked post on social media, the James Maddison kit launch. You can read more into that. It can be a dangerous thing to read more into that than what it actually is, but it is odd that a player is liking a social media post for another club. I mean, I'm not sure that Savinho knows James Maddison that well, but for him to like the post, why would a player do that? So there's definitely legs in that. There's definitely truth in that. But hey, let's see how this Savinho deal goes. A great addition up front. As I say, I don't think he's as good personally as people are saying, but under De Zerbi, could he improve? Yes, definitely. And finally, Matheus Fernandes. As I said before, a great deal for Spurs if they can get it done. There's always going to be a premium on these players, and West Ham are going to want top dollar for Fernandes, one of their best players. So, and what's good about this is it's totally separate from the Tonali deal, we're being told. So, look, Spurs making moves. As I say, I'm not getting too excited yet until the players holding up the shirt, or we get here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Let's be honest, we've had here we goes from Fabrizio before, and it hasn't happened, like the Morgan Gibbs-White deal last year. So let's see how these deals play out. I think it's going to be a continuing busy transfer window for Spurs. Could we get in more than 7-8 players this summer transfer window? Possibly and probably, I would say. Wasn't sure at first, but I think there's going to be a lot of deals for Tottenham. It's going to be hopefully exciting times for next season for Tottenham. That's all from me today. Get down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts as a Tottenham Hotspur fan right now. And as always, come on you Spurs.